Hello everyone, and welcome to my 90-day Fiance official channel. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The reality of 90-day Fiance, my perfect wedding. Porscha Raymond, a fan of Big Ed Brown's, has come clean about their engagement. Season 4 of Before the 90 Days introduced Big Ed, who traveled to the Philippines to meet Rose Vega, a single mother. Since Big Ed already had a daughter who was older than Rose, the 27-year age gap between them didn't faze him too much. Rose is 27 years old, while Big Ed is 59. Big Ed began dating Liz Woods in the United States after Rose unexpectedly dumped him earlier in the season. Multiple spin-offs recorded the 15 splits between Liz and Big Ed. A lot of people wanted to know why Porscha gladly became engaged to Big Ed the day after meeting him, and they also wanted to know why Liz stayed with Big Ed Brown. Photos of Big Ed and Porscha's engagement went viral on the internet. After Big Ed and Liz broke up a year ago, he found love again. In spite of this, Big Ed persisted in sharing images and videos of random women with them and interacting with them as if he weren't engaged to his current fiancée. Sandra Sandy Heckman was Big Ed's bride in 1990. Sandy left him because he was unfaithful. He described what he'd done as a stupid mistake. Big Ed was married for 2 years. He and Sandy got divorced in January 1992. Big Ed's mom, Norma Brown, helped him raise his daughter, Tiffany Brown. Meanwhile, Sandy got married to a man called Bruce Heckman. Big Ed stated he was single for the next 2 decades until he met Rose on social media. He had given up on finding love. However, Big Ed's life altered when the 23-year-old Filipina entered his life. Meeting Rose was the nicest thing that could have happened to Big Ed. His relationship was a nightmare because Big Ed tried to attack Rose about her property, her financial status, her past, and even her health. However, scenes between Big Ed and Rose became popular on the internet during the COVID-19 pandemic. Big Ed was a real embodiment of the expression, "Any publicity is good publicity." Even though he was the villain in his relationship with Rose, some people felt he was humorous. Big Ed, making over $100,000 a year through cameo requests alone, spoke much about his fame. After Rose, it was time for Big Ed to meet someone living in the US. He started visiting a restaurant in San Diego, named In Control, and became pally with a waitress management. Liz didn't like Big Ed at first but soon liking his company. They split up at the end of 90 Day. The single life, and Big Ed briefly dated a woman named Carrie in season 2. However, Liz reconciled with Big Ed after his dog Teddy died. He proposed to Liz and the couple went on to split up 13 more times until their wedding in August 2023. Big Ed now claims that Liz's temper issues had been a warning to him to not go ahead with the wedding. He had also broken up with her the last dozen times because of her anger tantrums. Big Ed ended things once and for all after Liz raged at him in front of his family, leaving Big Ed feeling embarrassed. Liz accused Big Ed of serving her vegan kids some taco pasta that was excessively spicy. Big Ed went ahead and called off the wedding without telling Liz. Liz found out when the officiant messaged her to apologize. Big Ed met face-to-face with Liz after their separation and all the turmoil that followed. At the 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, Season 8 Tell All, Liz had already moved on by then. Liz met her now fiancé, Jason Zuniga, just a month after her aborted wedding. Liz talked highly of Jason. She met him during an 8-mile run in San Diego and had slid into his DMs. A jealous Big Ed warned the cameras that Liz and Jason's relationship will be finished in 6 months.
However,
And
Liz and
Jason
would
are
come
still
waiting.
together 11 months after they initially met. It's Big Ed who has already had one failed engagement after calling it quits with Liz. Big Ed is making money through numerous sources in 2024. Back in Arkansas, he works as a real estate agent. He's launching his own Malbec, is still doing cameos, and continues to do branded promos on social media. Big Ed was invited to Plantation, Florida on September 13, 2024. Big Ed performed a meet and greet at a sandwich shop named Capriotti's, and Porscha was a fan who'd strolled in. Big Ed had uploaded certain stories in which Porscha had tagged him. She posed for selfies with a reality TV star. Porscha may be spotted kissing Big Ed on his cheek. He also signed a poster of himself for her, where he wrote that she was his best view. The video that Big Ed published on his stream, which had these story reposts, has now been deleted by him. However, he told TMZ that it was love at first bite for both him and Porscha. He had taken her out on a date and proposed to her 24 hours later. Big Ed wasn't prepared for the engagement. The proposition wasn't intended. A video shared by TMZ revealed how unexpectedly Big Ed had asked Porscha the question while everyone around them appeared quite confused. Big Ed stated he was feeling it. Since he didn't have a ring with him, Big Ed borrowed a paperclip from the restaurant manager and constructed a ring out of it. While whatever transpired looked like a publicity gimmick after Big Ed outlined the timing, he assured it was definitely real. The report includes images of Sandra and Big Ed locking lips after she answered yes. Big Ed called it quits with Porscha less than a week after announcing his engagement. He said, "Love is a crazy thing, and I did something impulsive." Big Ed said that after pondering, he thought it was too soon to have asked someone to marry him, and it was obviously not something that he desired. Big Ed stated that he knew he didn't want to get married. "I want to be single," Big Ed continued. He also commented about how he felt no ill towards Porscha and that he wished her the best in life. Meanwhile, Porscha gave her side of the story on her personal Instagram. Porscha said that she intended to explain the speculations around her engagement to Big Ed. She believed it was solely for publicity rather than a real engagement or commitment in any way. Porscha remarked that given their acquaintance of less than 24 hours, there was no way she would have genuinely committed to that. Porscha stated she was not engaged to 90-day fiancé, happily ever after, star Big Ed, and that they were not together by any means. Meanwhile, Porscha gave her side of the story on her personal Instagram. Porscha said that she intended to explain the speculations around her engagement to Big Ed. She believed it was solely for publicity rather than a real engagement or commitment in any way. Porscha remarked that given their acquaintance of less than 24 hours, there was no way she would have genuinely committed to that. Porscha stated she was not engaged to 90-day fiancé, happily ever after, star Big Ed, and that they were not together by any means. Sandra Sandy Heckman was Big Ed's bride in 1990. Sandy left him because he was unfaithful. He described what he'd done a stupid mistake. Big Ed was married for 2 years. He and Sandy got divorced in January 1992. Big Ed's mom, Norma Brown, helped him raise his daughter, Tiffany Brown. Meanwhile, Sandy got married to a man called Bruce Heckman. Big Ed stated he was single for the next 2 decades until he met Rose on social media. He had given up on finding love. However, Big Ed's life altered when the 23-year-old Filipina entered his life. Thanks for watching, everyone. What do you think will happen next? We love hearing from you.